Hey, Jelaine.
Hi.
Hi.
And you are James?
Yeah,
And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil. Where are you from?
Brazil. I'm from the United States and the state of New Mexico.
Oh, really nice.
So you're probably just a couple hours ahead of me, nine o'clock or so.
Yeah, 9.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. I can
Um,
see a couple things about, kids. Are you a teacher? Like,
yes. So I do Cambly Kids, but when I don't have reservations, I will
okay.
talk to anybody that calls.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like your main area of
Mm-hmm.
expertise or
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah,
So I
my
have
degree is with early childhood, so birth to age 8.
So maybe I can have some questions to you, you know,
Okay.
because I got two kids actually, but my daughter she's 5, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to teach how to speak in English and um, what kind of tips do you have to me? I'm trying to
I would
you
do
know
a lot of songs, but let me also bring up Miss Rachel.
okay.
Um, so let me see. So I'm
My
gonna
English is
share
not
this.
that my English is not that perfect, but I would like to stimulate. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, since she
So
was a kid, since she's a kid.
let me show you Miss Rachel. This is really good for kids. Um, are you able to see this?
Mama.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah, she's
Okay, so
awesome.
this is definitely one that you can use.
Mama.
Interesting.
Another thing is to do certain songs too. So let me see. I can show you some other ones.
Mm.
I'm trying to share this for you. So what song
Three,
is this?
4, 5. Little speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing.
I
That's
would start
amazing. That's perfect.
getting some songs in for her to listen to. So I just put that in the chat for you that the
But
speckled frogs right there.
yeah, that's amazing.
Another
But how
one that
kids? Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say another good one that I really like is Frog Street's color songs. And
Color
so an
songs.
example of those is this.
Lue spells blue. BLUE spells blue. Hi ho, did you know BLU? The big sky is blue. The ocean is too. Hi ho, did you know BLUE spells blue?
And they have
BLUE spells
other
blue.
colors too.
BLUE spells blue. Hi ho, did you know BLUE spells blue? The big sky is blue, the ocean is too. Hi ho, did you know BLUE spells blue?
So I really like those garden, especially teaching them the colors and how to spell it, and it's through song because the more that they sing, the more that they're going to pick it up too.
Interesting. Very
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Thank you. But
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you another thing. For example, One of my thoughts about how kids can learn something different, but especially talking about other language. For example, when it comes to learn other uh, for example, colors, I can pick up something in, oh, what color is this? And I can see, and the kid can see the color, and associate. Is that right? This word
Mm-hmm.
associate the thing, the physical thing with the, for example, oh, this is a cap, daughter, and oh, cap is this thing. But how can I do for oh man to demonstrate things that are not physics, like
No, like not.
adjectives, or words like you cannot touch. For example, do you think translate a couple of things it's an option in the beginning, or I just have to talk?
I think you're
Uh,
just gonna have to like talk because if it doesn't have, like a picture or whatever that they can go through, reading books, is gonna help with things like that. Like, I know they have kids books like no hitting, no kicking, um, things like that, where if you read books to them, with the pictures, it'll help them too.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because like
Oh,
when
okay,
you
yeah,
sit
because
here,
because sometimes you got actions, and actions can you
hmm,
can demonstrate with pictures and stuff.
yeah, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be the same teaching her in Portuguese because she's not always getting the word no through a picture, right? Or don't touch that. Like you're just talking to her and she eventually like learns that, right? In your language. So
Yeah, it's like don't touch that, but what is touch? Oh, but when you do don't touch, kid can understand.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of body language too for those items that are not, an actual picture. Like,
Interesting.
posted or phone or, diamond where they can see that. But if it's, an action, it just has to be learned through body language and just tone.
Hmm. Interesting. My daughter can be able to already to speak a couple sentences, like simple sentence, but it's very um it's oh, what's the word, gratificate, I don't know, like, but I'm very happy because of it, because like she can be able to speak, oh, for example, I like, oh, how are you, daughter? And she like, oh, I'm good, daddy, I love you, daddy, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of things. And sometimes it's the craziest thing. They can observe a lot of knowledge very fast, and sometimes she speak some kind of things that I don't know how she learned.
Yeah, when they're kids, they're sponges and they pick up things really quickly. So,
Exactly.
it's definitely better that you're teaching her young like that. I would just keep having her watch, videos like Miss Rachel or songs, and then books, and then just
Books.
keep practicing, you know. They do have, books online too. I know
How,
like
yeah, yeah, how can I
Mhm.
find out this kind of books, English books for kids? It's like with
this
drums,
this one
pictures.
really this one's really good. Let me show you this one. Hang on.
Okay.
This is called Good Night Gorilla. My son really loves this book. It's really simple too.
Good night, Gorilla.
And then you can see on the side they have a lot of other books too, like Goodnight Moon and like Pete the Cat. These are really educational, you know?
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, I'll get the uh website to this. Let me see. Edit, paste. And there's the YouTube books for Goodnight Gorilla. And then you can just get, you know, just look up some good books on YouTube so that they have, you know, videos and it's still a book, and I think she'll really
Interesting.
enjoy it. You said
Interesting.
she's
Nice.
5?
Nice. You do you just learn how to speak English for kids from another country?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born in the United States,
No,
so
no, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, my question is about there's difference when you teach English for kids from United States or in the English that kids um, abroad, like that living abroad, learned
I don't.
because native English speakers have English at school too.
Yeah, but down here, where I'm living, there's also a lot of Spanish speakers here too. So,
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
the children that I have had experience with, they were, you know, bilinguals. So, a lot of the kiddos, you know, were a little delayed in their speech because they were learning two languages at the same time. We have a lot of um, you know, speech therapists that see kids down here too. And then kids will just pick it up one day and they'll start, you know, differentiating with this teacher speaks Spanish, this one speaks English only, and who I can talk to in what language. And I'll go home and I'll talk in Spanish, but I'll talk in English at, you know, school. So technically, like, I don't know that
and
it's.
what's kind of this kind of content they have to learn? It's like the numbers, the kids, numbers,
Well, the kids that I taught, because they were infants and toddlers, we were teaching them, you know,
grammar.
numbers and letters and just reading books and singing songs. So they were
Uh-huh.
getting things just through, you know, speech and just looking at pictures and identifying objects in pictures and
Mm-hmm.
being
So
able
it's
to say like 50 words, you know, because they were really little.
okay. So probably the same natural learning that other kids around the world have to learn. The kids in the United States have to learn too.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, you're born knowing what your mother tongue is pretty much by hearing it in utero and everything, but everybody learns pretty much the same way.
Ah, interesting. Maybe the
Mhm.
difference it's just the immersion, because if you are a native
Mhm.
English speaker,
Yeah.
okay.
It's the same thing if, you know, a baby was born in China, they're hearing, you know, Chinese and they're learning Chinese the same way that, you know, babies in Brazil are learning Portuguese and you know, English. And when they're, you know, learning a second language, they're acquiring things, you know, by looking at vocabulary, like this is a phone, I'm not sure what it is in
Yeah, yeah,
Portuguese.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's the same way.
yeah, interesting. Teachers, thank you for all
Uh-huh.
of those tips.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.